Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'd like to show you how to make this tree ornament. I will be using cotton yarn from Fibre Nature, 50 grams and 125 meters, hook 2.1 millimeters or number 0, scissors to cut the ends, and needle to weave the ends. I will start from the top of the tree and I will go down, and then I'm gonna finish with beige yarn. I will start with a magic loop. Then I'm gonna make 3 single crochets in this magic loop. That's our first row. Then I'm turning the work to the other side and I'm bringing the yarn to the front like that and making chain of 1. That's gonna be the beginning of our round or row number 2, and in this row we're gonna make increase. I'm gonna make in the middle of the knitting, and that's gonna be our second half of the stitch. I will also be making from this point all single crochets by taking half of the stitches that I have here. I'm beginning with 1 single crochet in this one half of the stitch. Then I'm making increase, and in this half of the stitch I will crochet 3 single crochets. Finishing second row with 1 single crochet in the last half of the stitch. Again, turning the work and making chain of 1. In row number 3, I'm not gonna make any increases. I will make only single crochets in this half of the stitches that I have, and I have here 5 stitches, so I will make 5 single crochets in 5 half of the stitches. Turning the work to the other side and making chain of 1. In the row number 4, I will be making increase again. That's gonna be in the middle of the knitting, and before that I have to make 2 single crochets in the 2 half of the stitches. So starting with that, 1 single crochet, second, and in the third half of the stitch again I'm making increase with 3 single crochets. Finishing the row with 2 single crochets in the next 2 half of the stitches. Turning the work. Chain of 1. No increases in this row and 7 single crochets. Turning the work to the other side, bringing the yarn forward, and chain of 1. That's our row number 6, and here we're gonna make increase again. Before that, I'm gonna make 3 single crochets, then it's gonna be increase with 3 stitches, 3 single crochets in this half of the stitch, and again 3 single crochets. In the same way, I'm gonna be increasing in other rows as well. One increase. Finishing with 3 single crochets. Row number 7, where I'm not gonna make any increases. First chain of 1, and then I'm gonna continue with 9 single crochets. Row number 8. Chain of 1, 4 single crochets and 1 increase, then 4 single crochets as well. One increase. Row number 9 without increases. Starting with chain of 1. Eleven single crochets are done. Turning work to the other side. That's the row with increases, starting with chain of 1, 5 single crochets, 1 increase, and 5 single crochets. Increase. Five single crochets. Next row, chain of 1, And this is a row without increases, 13 single crochets. Next row, chain of 1, 6 single crochets, 1 increase. Increase. Six single crochets. Next round is our last round, and that's a round without increases, so just 15 single crochets, starting with chain of 1, we're done with knitting the part with the green yarn. Now I will tie the end of the yarn here. And cut the yarn. Now I will start knitting with beige yarn. For that, first I have to find the middle part. So I will count from this end 7 stitches. And 8 one going to be the middle one. From that one I will go to this direction and I will count 2. So here going to be my start, and I will knit 5 stitches. So that's going to be the middle 5 stitches. I will take the beige yarn and make chain of 1 like that. This end of the yarn I will hide in the knitting as I go. Before that, I'm also going to the same stitch to make 1 single crochet. And I have to make 4 more single crochets in those stitches. Now I'm taking both half of the stitches to make single crochets. So 4 more single crochets. And the first row is done. Now I'm turning work to the other side. And I'm taking the yarn to the front like that, making chain of 1. And the second row with beige yarn going to be our last one, and I'm gonna make 5 single crochets in those 5 stitches. So starting with this one. And that's going to be the end. So now I will take the knitting like that. I will secure the yarn and cut the end. This end of the yarn is already hidden, so I can cut it right away. I will leave a little loop here, so I can take some thread inside it and attach it to the tree or wherever I want it to be. And I will take this yarn over and make a little loop like that. Now I can wave this end of the yarn. Now I'm gonna wave this end of the yarn. And waving this end of the yarn as well. That's how it looks. Very simple but cute Christmas ornament. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.